Freak gets to Montague. Eunice, that's a screen for Harden. Pass to Keefe. The feed to Capella. 5 to shoot. Ariza has the open look. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Outside, Green. Screen by Ibaka. Outside, Green. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Green's got 5 points so far. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter.
Move the ball.
Here's Keefe, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. They get Russell Westbrook. Houston shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That's good from Keefe. So he gets them both.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Inside, here's Westbrook. Great pass to set up the lay-in. Westbrook's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Here's Capella. Montiunas passes to Keefe. Great D that time from Westbrook.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Kicks it to Green. The dish to Cantor. Out to the wing. Here's Westbrook. And unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Now here's Freak. 23 points for him the last game against Chicago. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. In third, the Rockets. The Thunder in fourth.
Yeah, and these are balanced defensive teams, Kevin. They don't just do it in one particular category. They do it in all defensive categories. The one we're talking about here is points allowed per game, but they're able to do that because they control the pace. They don't let teams do what they want to do. They keep the opponents uncomfortable.
Jones checked in for Montiunas. Keefe hits them both. Here's Green. He has 5. Pass to Cantor. Down low. And it's him on the assist from Enes Kanter.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's Freak. 7 points in the game. Good.
And that's a nice possession. Did a good job to get that open shot.
This is to Durant. It's stolen by Jones. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
Now, here's Cantor. He had 16 points in the win against the Wizards in Washington.
A gigantic game for him at the free throw line. He was an instigator, drawing a ton of contact and really just hunting for the whistle.
And a wide open look for Freak. And a miss there on the triple. Under trailing by 3. It's Durant on the wing. Down low. The shot's good from Cantor.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
In here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in. Rockets trail by 3. And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So for Oklahoma City right now, Smith is out there with Durant. Then it's Payne. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Westbrook in at the point guard. Keith uses the glass to finish the layup. Freak's got the first basket of the second quarter for the Rockets.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls was simply terrific. He ended with 23 points and was effective from long range as he got that scoring line by dropping in a good amount of threes. This game might have acted as a coming out party for him in the NBA, a truly dominating performance. Let's see, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. He was the player they leaned on that night. He didn't disappoint them.
Not at all. Came through in a big way. Whatever they needed from him, he was able to deliver.
Well, I think he actually gave them a little more than what they needed. Terrific all-around effort.
Now the pass to Monteudis. At the elbow, it's Freak. 6 on the shot clock. They set the pick. Harden inside the three-point line. And that misses. That would have put him up.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here is Ibaka. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Payne with it, and it's Harden picking him up. The wide-open look for Durant. Wide-open shot is on the money. Durant's got the lead up to 3 now for the Thunder. The Rockets shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. Feeds it to Jones. On the wing, Harden. Houston moving the ball around. Keith's shot is good.
That was the third straight high percentage look this defense has allowed. I mean, these defenders have got to start bumping bodies in the paint. Be more physical. Be more aggressive.
The game's just far too easy right now when it comes to attacking the basket. They have got to do better.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by Freak. Outside Westbrook. From 10 feet out. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Basket of the night right there.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Keith against Westbrook. Here's Harden. Right through the D for the layup. The Thunder with the lead.
Timeout. They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Since the All-Star break, these guys have been on fire.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Cantor's checked in. Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Houston. Barbosa with the steal. And now running up the court. Barbosa pushing it up. And Freak throws it down.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Shots good by Durant. Guys, 7 times the lead has changed hands here now.
And we still aren't halfway through this contest yet.
Yeah, and that number should easily top double figures before it's over.
Now here's Freak. He's got 15. Monteudis has the open look. No good on the triple. For the Houston Rockets, they come into tonight following a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Freak kicks to Barbosa. He feeds it to Maniunas. It's Ariza on the wing. Defended by Ibaka. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. For Houston, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Free throw drops for Ariza. A different look for Oklahoma City. McGarry's checked in for Ibaka. Smith comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's Gerald Green in for Payne. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Maniunas. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. It's the Thunder up by 12. And time now to go court.
Kevin, what has allowed you to build this lead and get some separation here?
Well, we've just been playing hard. Those guys are tough to guard. They cut so hard. They play well together, and
Been back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You look at Freak in this game, he has been everywhere.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then there's Maniunas. Then it's Keith, and it's Capella in at the 5 spot.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
Freak kicks to Harden. Freak with it. 17 points in the game. Ariza, right side, just 4 to shoot. Misses the 3. The Thunder leading by 10. Westbrook drives in. Here's Durant. Goes up again. Cantor's shot is off.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Pass to Keith. There's the 3. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field. And
good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. And that one's good. Durant.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Freak dishes to Capella. And he dunks it down.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Pass to Green. Screened by Ibaka. Here's Westbrook. It's blocked.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Freak kicks to Maniunas. Maniunas, that's a screen for Ariza. Stolen by Durant. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Works a big height bounce and goes in. Westbrook's got 14 points for the game.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
Green with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Westbrook against Keith. Harden inside the three-point line. No good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. They defeated the Wizards in their last one.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense. Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Green. 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
And I'm sure they'd like to get a few more of those out of him.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw missing, and the Thunder with some changes. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Here is Harden. Inside, you've got Ibaka and Kanter. Russell Westbrook out there with Payne, and it's Durant in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
The D cannot forget about him like that. He'll light you up big time.
Westbrook kicks to Durant. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Thunder?
So far, they've turned in a fantastic performance from the three-point line. It's been a weapon all game.
And also, their mid-range game has been impressive. A tough shot to rely upon, but they really had it going tonight.
Durant hits them both.
They're really doing a good job working hard to get inside and draw contact, a little more so than they did in the first half.
And defensively, if you're trying to battle back, you can't keep sending them to the line.
Move the ball and stick it to
Stolen by Westbrook. Outside Durant. Keith grabs the miss.
Move it. Move it.
Here's Harden. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
There's the feed to Durant. From past the arc, and he gets it to go. Durant's got 5 points in the quarter.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Freak kicks to Capella, stolen by Kanter. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. That's good.
Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for Payne. And a switch here also for Houston. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Gary Neal. For the 3, Keith missing. The Thunder leading by 20. And Westbrook, here we go. Ibaka, wide open, he fires. The three-pointer off the mark.
Move it.
Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. From deep. Russell Westbrook with the rebound. Westbrook's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And the wide open shot from Green. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 5 assists tonight. Houston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Keith passes to Jones. Looking to end the run. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Boy, he is such a ridiculous dunker.
High riser, no doubt about it.
Goodness, I mean, you come to expect plays like that from him, and folks, that never gets old.
Green dishes to Durant. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, there you go. I mean, if they're going to keep giving up open jumpers, they're going to keep getting burned.
I want you to focus on getting to the rim. Let's look to attack quickly. We need high percentage shots, move the ball around, and make the defense rotate.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Westbrook against Keefe.
Move the ball and stick it.
Ibaka comes with the double team. Here's Jones. It's tipped, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. Jones kicks to Ariza. 5 on the clock. Durant with the steal. Westbrook passes to Green. That's good, and so Westbrook comes up with the assist.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Keefe against Westbrook. Freak kicks to Jones. And Durant sends it back.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Westbrook drives in. Here's Cantor. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Jones. Here's Harden, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
We've seen James Harden playing a good game here. He has 8 points, and he hasn't forgotten to get his teammates involved either.
And he's conscious, I think, Clark, of good ball movement. It needs to be a part of their game plan throughout.
That free throw, no good. And the Rockets making a change here. Montejunas has checked in. Good on the second free throw. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Westbrook kicks to Ibaka. Outside Durant. Clock at 6. High post shot. And it comes off the front of the rim. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. To the inside. It's stolen by Ibaka. Here's Green. He kicks to Westbrook.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Oklahoma City.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was
so no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
Kevin, what was the key in securing this win tonight?
Well, we had to get stops. You know, those guys, they got so many options, so many good players.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook. He made all the key plays every step of the way. They depend on him to deliver these sorts of performances, and he helped carry his team tonight.
When you're facing Westbrook, you're always going to have your hands full, and tonight he proved that once again. There's only one thought going through Russell's head: attack, attack, attack. I know that was 3 thoughts, Kenny.
He shot over 50% from the field in the game, a testament to how hard he worked to always find the best look possible. He was in constant motion. He found those gaps in the D and made the most of his open looks.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game.
you're always going to have.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the Rockets. Taking a look at the Rockets, it must be pointed out that a win here would give them the 6th best record in the league. That's a pretty good spot to be in at this time of year. And if you've been watching this team play lately, you know who they've been getting the big baskets from? Freak! He's been on a tear. How's he gotten so hot, Shaq?
Well, you know, he's letting the game come to him on the offensive end. He's not forcing the shot, but he's still being aggressive, and he always testing his defender. And he's, you know what, Ernie? He smells that barbecue chicken down there. You can't guard this man one-on-one.
Well,
lick your fingers. The barbecue chicken is hot and crispy.
You're making me hungry right now, but
Crispy barbecue chicken?
oof, I just can't wait. You make me hungry. Is it lunchtime?
Wow.
We got it some time. But, you know, he's not settling for any look either. This guy is very versatile. He'll take you inside, take you outside. He's the kind of player that seems like he's a step ahead, like mentally. Like he has this mental telepathy that goes on and goes. He knows what you're thinking before you think it, before the guy thought it was a thought.
Wow. It's like an extraordinary basketball IQ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have a high basketball IQ, Shaq?
No, didn't need one, Ernie,
Why?
because I had the ES.
What's that?
Elbow sandwiches.
Now I'm really hungry.
Elbow sandwiches
Let's
right
get
in
it
your
down
mouth.
to Kevin Harlan for the call.
It's the land of mission control, Houston, Texas, where the Rockets are ready to engage in an interconference showdown. Welcome to Noche Latina here in the NBA. A Latin flavor to the night's festivity as we get ready to go. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. The Pistons coming to town hoping to notch this one here in this one-game road trip. And they're 18 games off the lead. Not the best team in the league for sure, but more than capable of winning on any given night.
And Kevin, things really starting to get out of control for them. I mean, this losing streak is becoming an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if they don't figure out a way to stop it soon.
Yeah, sometimes, though, you just need to make changes, pure and simple. Maybe you look to shake up that starting lineup, possibly a trade. But right now, clearly this team has lost confidence, and something's got to give.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. Jennings out there with Iman Shumpert. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Bargnani. And it's Drummond in at the pivot, manning the middle.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
And that's the kind of energy you have to display when you want to attack that offensive glass.
Harden's shot is off.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And, you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Just 5 to shoot. And that one's good, Shumpert. Shumpert's got his first bucket of the night.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Freak kicks to Moniunas. Houston moving it around. Stolen by Bargnani. Capella dishes to Harden. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Houston shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
Clint Capella. 2 shots.
That one is off. Good on the second free throw. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Picked by Bargnani. The drive by Jennings, and there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. There's a screen. Ariza kicks to Freak. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Jennings. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Freak kicks to Moniunas. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
Keefe against Jennings. Pick by Bargnani. The drive by Jennings. Jennings can't get that one to fall.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Capella gets to Ariza. Moniunas passes to Keefe. Good on the three-point shot. Freak's got 5.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Jennings against Keefe. Out to Shumpert. Shot to stop the run. Can't get it to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
Something was clearly amiss for them, Greg. I mean, to let an opponent shoot that high a percentage, you got to take a real long look in the mirror after a game like that.
Now Jennings following the three-point attempt by Freak. Shumpert in the corner. All sorts of time. The Rockets pull it in.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
And that one's good. Harden's got his first points of the game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Now here's Shumpert. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And also his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
And they're pushing it up. Freak kicks to Moniunas. There's a screen by Moniunas. And it's sent back by Drummond. To the middle. Here's Johnson. The shot's good. Jennings making the play.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
It really has. And they've created a lot of high percentage shots in the paint here already.
All right, stepping on the court, your own Rockets power dancer. Get it up!
Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Monty. Houston with a big group substitution here. Moniunas is checked in for Capella. Ariza comes in for Brewer. James Harden, he's checked in for Gary Neal. And it's Keefe in for Ty Lawson. And then for Detroit, Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. And it's Johnson in for Lance Stevenson. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Jones is out there with Moniunas. And it's Keefe in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Houston.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Bargnani has checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Shumpert in there for Caldwell Pope. That one misses. Houston in the lead. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Thunder was superb. He dropped in 24 points and was in the zone as a shooter, lighting it up from both the foul line and the field. This game is was just the latest performance in what has been a hot streak for him. Will he bring the fire tonight, guys?
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you've got a thoroughbred like him, I think you've got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
Free throw good, James Harden. He makes 1 of 2 that time. So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to Cleveland.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continue to come up empty on their possessions. By the end, they were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Another miss by Houston. Pistons trail by 3. Jennings dishes to Bargnani. Drummond working against Ariza. Takes the turnaround J. Got a hand on it, and they'll keep possession. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Shumpert. Harden with the defensive effort. And it's Houston's ball. They're on a 10-2 run here. Ariza, good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And the Rockets lead by 5.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Bargnani passes to Shumpert. 11 feet away. Kicks it out to Johnson. It's Drummond, top of the key. Harden against Shumpert. No one near Jennings as he lets it fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Jones with the screen on Jennings. Freak kicks to Jones. Harden against Shumpert. And a wide open look for Freak. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Freak's got the lead up to 5 now for Houston. Jennings kicks to Bargnani. He feeds it to Johnson. Back to Bargnani. From the baseline. Adiunas grabs the miss. Houston leading by 5. And taken away by Johnson. The pass to Jennings. Outside Shumpert. Bargnani a screen on Ariza. The drive by Shumpert. Keith grabs the miss.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Here's Jennings. James Harden picking up that last basket. Pulls it up. It's rebounded by Houston. Their last encounter was in Detroit where they were able to handle the Pistons.
Yeah, it was a narrow win. But at that last meeting, I think foul trouble for the other side may have really just tipped the scale and allowed them to escape with the W.
You know, whether it was their smart play or a few whistles that perhaps could have gone either way, when games are tight, every decision becomes more magnified.
Now here's Shumpert following the miss by Jennings. Bargnani dishes to Johnson. Bargnani passes to Jennings. Picked by Bargnani. 6 to shoot. Off the screen. Jennings can't get that one to fall.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Jones, no one around him. And Houston again with the bucket.
The field goal percentage has been bumped up into the high 50s now.
And when you're shooting like this, you should be winning. They're scoring with tremendous efficiency.
Now here's Johnson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. Back to Bargnani. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. And he knocks down the first one. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Gary Neal's checked in for James Harden. And Ty Lawson subbed in for Keith. And so that's the end of the first half. Rockets lead by 7. And join us right back. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. Freak really making a difference here.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
On the floor for Detroit, Bargnani is out there with Johnson. Then there's Iman Shumpert. Then there's Jennings. And it's Drummond in at the 5. Jennings with the ball. He's picked up by Ariza. Jennings kicks to Drummond. Passes it to Johnson. Ariza against Shumpert. Picked by Bargnani. Jacks up a 3. Shumpert, no good. Rockets leading by 7. It's Harden with the drive. It's rebounded by Bargnani. Detroit's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Outside Shumpert. On the wing, Johnson. Jennings dishes to Drummond. Drummond the screen. Nice ball movement by Detroit. That's good from Jennings on the assist by Shumpert. And 11 points for Brandon Jennings.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Keith against Jennings. The dive for the ball. Ariza kicks to Capella. Houston needs to get a shot off. Harden missing again. Pistons trail by 4. To the paint. Here's Bargnani. And it's blocked. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Keith's shot is good. Freak's got 10.
That one goes down, but offensively, just 1 of 4 to start the third quarter.
Jennings passes to Bargnani. Kicks to Shumpert. Shoots the 3. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Brandon Jennings.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Especially now, Greg. I mean, this is a critical point in the game. His 3-point shot really could end up turning the tide here and telling the story.
And that one's good. He has 5. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And Shumpert kicks to Jennings. Montejunas grabs the miss. Montejunas has got 4 rebounds in this game.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Jennings against Keith. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong and attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
The drive by Jennings. Here's Bargnani. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. This is his second trip to the line in this one.
In examining his numbers this season, we can see that he's been an exceptional free throw shooter, right around 85.
And it's clear that's a change for the better from what he was able to do at the free throw line a year ago, guys.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Moniunas. Brewer comes in for Trevor Ariza. Gary Neal's checked in for James. Different look here for Detroit. Drummond comes in for Aaron Baines. And it's Shumpert in there for Bargnani. Rockets leading by 9. Keith in at point guard. Moniunas out there with Terrence Jones. Then it's Harden, and it's Barbosa in at the 2 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. And now it's a double-digit lead. 9 points for Terrence Jones.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
The drive by Shumpert. Second chance shot. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. So for the Pistons, Johnson, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Jennings in for Lance Stevenson. Free throw good, Drummond.
The story in the first half was their low free throw percentage. They've corrected that here in the second half, and hopefully they can build on it as this game continues to progress.
Moniunas, that's a screen for Freak. No good. And Detroit the other way now. Left side, Shumpert. Dishes it to Jennings. Freak with it, and Jennings picks him up defensively. Freak kicks to Moniunas. Lets the 3 fly. Keith missing.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Jennings dishes to Drummond. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Quick hands on the steal, and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
A defensive breakdown there, no doubt about it. I mean, he's a guy you have to be focused on defensively.
Freak with it. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Drummond with a screen on Keith. Moniunas with the steal. Jumps up. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line. It goes on Brandon Jennings.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
One shot.
The Rockets making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. That's good from Keith. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul.
So it's Detroit now. It's a 13-point game. Here is Jennings. It's rebounded by Houston. Freak's got his 4th rebound in this one. Harden has a wide-open look. And Shumpert pulls it down.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Jennings against Keith. Drummond a screen. Fires from deep. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Brandon Jennings. The Rockets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Motiejunas a screen on Jennings. Keefe passes to Motiejunas. He sinks the 11-footer. And the Rockets lead by 12.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here. That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Count that one.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
It's this simple, guys. No rebounds, no rings. We need to dominate the glass. Biggs, get the ball off the rim and get it out to our guards so we can get out in transition.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. And Detroit with a change here, too. .158 left here in the fourth quarter. Drummond with a screen on Keefe. Can't capitalize on the good pick.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Shot clock at 6. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead. And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Rockets.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
And, Greg, that's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for them.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, gentlemen, I'm here with James Harden, and congratulations on a nice performance tonight. It certainly seemed like you guys were confident and in control with the flow of your offense.
Yeah, we just tried to move the ball and make the game easy tonight. We did a great job of actually just, guys getting shots, easy shots, and our defense really stepped up.
Easy shots usually mean made shots. James, thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Freak. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
That was Freak turning up the volume right there, baby, all the way up to 11, and the stereo only goes to 10, Ernie, but we're at 11 right now. The man himself may be quiet, but his performance spoke very loudly.
Well, he reminded us all of how dangerous he is as a slasher. He drove the lane time and time again and got points inside to show for it. An explosive, hard-charging performance. I loved it.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're bringing you the Houston Rockets out at Toyota Center as they face off against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Not an easy stretch of basketball lately for Minnesota. Dismal record over the last 10 games, just 2-8. Nothing seems to be going their way right now. Well, if you want to describe the two teams going at it tonight, they are fresh, young, and hungry. Kenny, how hard is it for these two coaches to get their guys to play consistently?
I mean, experience is probably the most valuable tool in the NBA, and that inexperience makes it hard. You know, it's a teaching tool. You got to yell a lot, start pulling your hair out. That's why I'm bald, because I was pulling my hair out, you know, to some of my younger players that I play with. But it's important to reinforce that. Tough love.
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Houston, Texas, as the Rockets take it to the hardwood.
Ready to go?
This is a one-and-done trip for Minnesota before going back to their Timberwolves fans up in Minneapolis. They're still in the picture, playoff-wise, but 3 games back from that 8th slot. They'll need to play well down the stretch.
And they're trying for their second win in as many games against these guys. They were able to exploit their advantages the first time around. They're out to prove that that was no fluke.
Exactly, and confidence so big in this league, Greg. You know that. You want to keep that upper hand against teams whenever possible. And you can see they've got that look in their eyes. I mean, it's time to get busy and go to work.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Bjelica is out there with Wiggins, and it's Jang in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here is Keefe, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Passes to Capella. Ariza has the open look, and another 3 for Houston.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Rubio the pass to Bjelica. Wiggins against Ariza. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
That's been one of the strongest aspects of this team this season. I mean, there have been very few off nights for them at the free throw line.
Good on both. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Here's Keefe, and he goes in for the dunk.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Here is Keefe. He's coming off a 22-point game against Detroit. This is Demoniunas. Inside, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Ricky Rubio picks one up.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And so he hits both.
He has such terrific form and consistency on his free throws. Beautiful to watch.
On defense, the Rockets, 6-point game. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got worked over on the boards. That's about as plain as I can put it. You can't leave your teammates on an island down there. You need everybody going to the glass.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Another miss by Houston.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Pulls up. The good-looking shot from the wing. 6 points for Andrew Wiggins.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Montiunas kicks to Ariza. And some nice passing there by Houston. Keefe's shot is good.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Well, now go to Doris Burke, who spoke with Quinn Snyder. Doris?
For them to be successful, Kevin, he said they have to act like, and I quote, a swarm of angry bees every time the ball gets in the post. If they don't collapse on their post threats, he knows they're in for a long game. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And here are the Rockets now, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Kicks to Harden. And again, the Rockets good for 2.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Wiggins outside. Rubio against Keefe. Zhang with a screen on Keefe. Rubio dishes to Muhammad. Just 5 to shoot. Fader on the way. And the shot is long.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink.
Harden's shot is good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Zhang with the screen for Rubio. Pass to Bielitsa. It's tipped. They get it back. Kicks it out to Wiggins. It's rebounded by Houston. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Now here's Muhammad. Harden missing his last shot. Wiggins drives in. That's good. Wiggins has got his 3rd basket of the night. Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones has checked in for Montiunas. Here's Levine. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Ariza and Jones at the small and power forward. Keefe is out there with Harden. And it's Montiunas in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 for Houston right now. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Wiggins. Houston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here is Keefe. Montiunas passes to Keefe. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
Looking at the last game for the Minnesota Timberwolves, it was a loss to Oklahoma City.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
Well, that's always a disadvantage when you get blasted on the glass. They needed to do a much better job of getting inside position, and if you can't do that, it's going to be a long day on the backboards.
Here is Keefe, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Montiunas, no luck. Harden against Martin. Here's Bielitsa. Coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Wiggins. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Read the defense perfectly on that possession.
Rockets have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far.
Ill-advised shot there, Clark.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
Stolen by Harden. Ariza kicks to Jones. Keith against Martin. Jones dishes to Ariza. Here's Keith. The three-pointer is right on target. Fresh has got 5 points now this quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Rockets.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Rockets have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons had a huge game. He ended with 22 points and did his work from a pair of lines, hitting from both beyond the arc and from the charity stripe. A truly dominating game from him in what was hopefully a sign of things to come. At least that's how the franchise is thinking, guys.
Thanks, Doris, for revisiting what was an astounding performance.
Yeah, that's certainly one that we'll be talking about here for a long time.
I say it would make it to his greatest hits file. No doubt about it.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And then for Minnesota, Jang, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Kevin Martin. And Ricky Rubio subbed in for Levine.
How about Wiggins in this one? He has 14 points and 1 rebound. He's got more than half his team's points. Unreal.
No need for a second or third option at this point. He's the only one they need.
Free throw good, Wiggins. He doesn't get the second one. Houston in the lead. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Barbosa gets the bucket.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now here's Wiggins. He's coming off a 13-point game against Oklahoma City. And the basket by Rubio. And here are the Rockets now. They host the Kings after this game, and that will be the third of 5 straight played at home.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Here's Wiggins. Harden with the defensive effort.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
No luck. And Minnesota now the other way. Rubio with it. He's a good contributor to his team, averaging about 10.5 points a game. Now here's Muhammad. Back to Rubio. Fires for 3. The rebound by Harden.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
It's a big high bounce and goes in. Now it's a 6-point Houston lead. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. There's the pick. Bielitsa passes it to Wiggins. .131 left here in the second. Shot clock at 6. Here's Rubio. Drops in the tray. Rubio's got 5 points now this quarter.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which equal to transition points. Make the defense move, and let's pass up a good shot for a great shot.
Houston with a big group substitution here.
Forcing the issue too much.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Rockets lead by 6. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I'm here with Ricky Rubio. And Ricky, you guys had a tough battle on your hands tonight. What do you think the adjustments are that you might make for the second half?
we got a lot of turnovers, we got a lot of layups, and that can happen. We have to take care of the ball.
Taking care of the ball, always crucial.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
So on the floor for Minnesota, in the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Bialisa, and it's Jang in at the 5. The Rockets have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor, something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
He hits the second from the line. Timberwolves trail by 7. And Rubio kicks to Zhang. Now here's Muhammad, guarded by Harden. Muhammad dishes to Wiggins. Rockets with the rebound.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Timberwolves shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Jang with the screen for Wiggins. And it's Rubio penetrating. Wiggins outside. 5 on the clock. No luck. Some solid defense there from Keefe. Rockets leading by 9. To the middle. Here's Yunus. Pass to Keefe. Three-pointer. Rebound by Dang. Zhang's got his 3rd rebound on the night. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Reza passes to Capella. Out of bounds. Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession.
Checking out the numbers for James Harden. Since the break, he's come back strong, really making his presence felt. He's averaging 14 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And with his great passing, he's been a catalyst for their offense, often seeing plays even before they materialize.
For sure. Great anticipation. Peripheral vision is there. Natural talent as well. Really shining through.
Here's Wiggins, and the rejection by Harden.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
That's good.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Okay, fans, put your hands together for your Rockets Power Dancers.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at Houston, advantage in 1 series. And, of course, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're much further down.
Where the Rockets are, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for the Rockets. And Muhammad kicks to Rubio. Can't connect from short range.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Capella, the pass to Keefe. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And now we have a chance to check out Freak here. Really been a key contributor over the past month. First in free throw percentage. And he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And it's nice when you've got a guy who doesn't miss much from the line. You just keep the ball in his hands in clutch situations. He's been automatic this season.
Keith hits them both.
And what a tremendous game for Fresh. 8 rebounds, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 5.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
There's the dish to Barbosa. No good on the 3. Timberwolves trail by 13. And Rubio kicks to Bielitsa. Can't hit from in close. Rockets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. Keith passes to Capella. Here is Keith. Fires from deep. The shot is off. Barbosa against Rubio. To the inside. Jang. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist in this one.
Okay, man, put your hands together for your Rockets Power Dancers.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Terrence Jones is checked in for Ariza. And Minnesota has possession, trailing by 19. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Our 4th quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. And so in the game for the Rockets, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Moniunas out there with Terrence Jones. And it's Keith in at the point. That's good.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can.
Timberwolves trail by 19. The feed to Levine. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. And the basket by Rubio.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Keith against Rubio. 3-pointer. Cannot hit.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And Bielitsa kicks to Levine. Kicks it out to Rubio. And another 3 for Minnesota.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Rockets leading by 14. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Muhammad, he's checked in for Minnesota. Timberwolves trail by 14. Feeds to Wiggins. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. And that's 19 points for Andrew Wiggins.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Rubio against Keith.
Move the ball. Stick it too much.
Houston moving it around. Clock at 6. Ariza goes in. Keith's shot is good.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
The Timberwolves have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. And there's the pass to Wiggins. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Good D by Ariza. Moniunas a screen on Rubio. There's a screen by Moniunas. Passes to Ariza. trying to find Jones. He gets it to him.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Here's Wiggins. And it falls over the rim and in. Wiggins has got 6 points in the quarter. And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Rockets leading by 14. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here is Keefe. Fires the three, but they recover it. To the middle, kicks it out to Ariza. To the paint, and another shot. And yet the lay-in is good that time from Keefe. Fresh has got 21 in the game.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
All right, Houston, coming on the court are your own Rockets power dancers. Keep it up.
Timberwolves trail by 16. And here's Rubio. 1:57 left in the fourth. Shot clock at 5. Here's Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle. And that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
Now, here is Harden. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Keefe missing.
And that's just great work there to get in the shooter's face and then go and corral that backboard. And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Houston.
At every opportunity, they managed to push the ball and keep the up-tempo game going.
And that produced great fruit for them in transition.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, Greg, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Fresh. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Now, here's Rubio. Following the miss by Freak. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Keefe against Rubio. Here is Keefe. All sorts of time. Kept alive. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well, I think these fans, too, Kevin, gave their team a tremendous lift. I mean, they never gave up on them. From the opening tip until the end of the game, they were in it. And that certainly helped this crew get to the W.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Yes, I'm here with James Harden. Congratulations on this win. It was a team effort, aided by this electric home crowd atmosphere. What made the difference?
We just trying to play solid defense. Talk to each other, help each other out. That was amazing tonight. You know, it was unbelievable.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey, y'all. Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Freak.
Just a sensational performance on a lot of levels, Ernie. Too many levels to talk about. Man, in some game, he's in the background. He doesn't get the chance to be the star of the show, but not tonight. He's the star tonight. Put him on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
You know, Freak was a 4.0 honor student growing up. And tonight, that high IQ is one of the things we saw on display with that sensational performance. Combine his smarts with the fact that he lives and breathes basketball, there's no doubt that he's one of the most intelligent players we have in this league.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.